Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission together, and I'm asking you to join our mission tonight and fight for Donald J. Trump. And that mission is going to see him enter the White House on January 20th, because we are going to deliver the truth to the American people and the American voters that have been deprived of the truth for so many years. And our biggest enemy against that truth is the deep state. And we are on a mission to annihilate the deep state. And when the mainstream media and the Washington bureaucrats tell you there is no deep state, you tell them the following. You tell them then who are the ones in 2016 that used illegal campaign finance dollars from the Hillary Clinton campaign to go overseas and hire a foreign asset to create a fake dossier, only to have that dossier served up to the FBI so that they could lie to a federal court to be illegally surveilling Donald J. Trump. That's the deep state. And when they tell you that was a one-off, our intelligence communities aren't weaponized, you remind them that Christopher Wray, the FBI director, illegally surveilled 275,000 Americans in 1 year alone. That is a weaponization of justice and intelligence against you guys. And when you tell them, oh, they'll tell you that was another one-off. Well, then you go ahead and you talk to them about impeachment 1 and impeachment 2. And you tell them that they used an intelligence asset in the intel community to fabricate evidence against Donald J. Trump about Ukraine so that he could be impeached unlawfully. They weaponized intelligence yet again. That's the deep state and the corporate media back there that has been lying to you and robbing us of the truth. And they'll tell you that won't happen again. So what you do is you continue to impeachment 2. And you talk to them about the January 6th insurrection disinformation campaign. I was chief of staff of the Department of Defense and in the Oval Office days before January 6th when our brave president, Donald J. Trump, authorized 10,000+ National Guardsmen and women, only to have Nancy Pelosi and Mayor Bowser reject that authorization. And when you tell that, when they tell you, oh, that didn't really happen, you press play on the video that Nancy Pelosi made in the bowels of the Capitol on January 6th when she was too busy making a movie where she admitted she was responsible for the security failures at the Capitol. That is the hardcore truth, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to deliver it to everyday Americans. You guys are the conveyor belts of the truth. You are going to put this mission first and watch Donald J. Trump take back this White House. And they'll tell you, oh, forget January 6th, forget impeachment 1, impeachment 2. They'll say, forget Russiagate. They'll say, none of that ever happened. That's just a distortion of reality. Well, then you tell them that the election rig from the last cycle, from the Washington deep state, the biggest con job in modern election history when they had 51 intelligence officials, including a Secretary of Defense, 2 CIA directors, an NSA director, and a slew of other people, write a letter they knew was a total fabrication a week before the last election to rob you of the truth and tell you Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. You know and I know it was a reality, and it's not a Republican or Democratic thing. It's a uniparty swamp monster thing. People like Bill Barr and Gina Haspel pushed that letter out even though they knew it was a total lie because they wanted to kneecap our duly elected president. So you have to go out there and deliver this message to our community, and the truth will see Donald Trump ushered into the White House. But we got 12 days to take this mission to the moon and back. And then they'll tell you, oh, that's never going to happen again. We got to vote for Kamala Harris. And let me bring this thing home, where it really hurts me the most as a member of the civilian service of our Department of Defense. We saw the disastrous Afghan withdrawal where 13 brave warriors were blown up by a suicide bomber that Harris let out of Bagram Detention Center, only to have Joe Biden check the watch on the flight line of the dignified transfer. Kamala Harris has had 1,300 days to call the 13 families. The only guy I know that spent hours with every one of those families is Donald J. Trump. And let me really bring this thing up to date. We tragically heard yet again about the gruesome murder of Vanessa Guillen, who was serving in our uniformed services and who was murdered 4 years ago. And what did the fake news and the corporate deep state do again? They redug up that murder and they used it to label a political hit job against President Trump. And they said President Trump would never pay for her funeral services. Well, I was in the Oval Office again, and what did he do? He said the Department of Defense is going to give her full honors, full military regalia, and make sure her family receives the financial assistance that she needs. And then Donald J. Trump showed us the man that he really is. And he said if the DOD won't pony up, then DJT was going to foot that entire bill. That's the kind of commander-in-chief I want. That's the kind of commander-in-chief I need. And if you all out there are ready to join our mission first mentality, and if you all are out there ready to get behind the greatest commander-in-chief of our lifetime, then sign up to end the woke industry in Washington, D.C., and remove DEI from our military and end the two-tier system of justice. We are no longer going to bend the knee to the corporate media and the deep state. Las Vegas, my home, Nevada, we are going to win this state for the first time for Donald J. Trump this year. And we are going to continue to do the one thing that they will never do, which is tell the truth. And we are going to put foot to ass for our country because DJT has done that for the last 10 years, and it's the least we can do for him. Nevada, let's bring this thing home and inaugurate Donald J. Trump on January 20th as our 47th Commander-in-Chief.